I think, as we kind of touched on it there, the three managers. And it's funny, it's like the Goldilocks, you know, you've got one really young guy, completely inexperienced in this sort of scenario. You've got a middle guy who just seems to have timed everything right in terms of moving to Hearts, being at this point in his career that feels like there's been a preparation for this. And then you've got the other end of the scale, 73-year-old manager who's come out of retirement basically twice and is running about spinning all sorts of plates trying to keep Celtic in the game here. What's the perfect mix? Are you going with the fact that Martin O'Neill has experience over Celtic's kind of weaknesses? Are you going with Danny Rowell being kind of fresh at this, maybe not feeling pressure the way others might? Or are you going at Derek McInnis, the guy that's ended up here right in the middle of this, right in the thick of it?
I don't know, mate. I honestly don't know. I mean, I said, you look at the three of them and you think Danny Rowell would have come in and said 100% they would have talked between themselves as a coaching staff and said, if we can come in, turn this round and win a league, instantaneously, you're a hero with Rangers. And then it gives you something unbelievable to build on into the future. If you're Martin O'Neill, you're an absolute hero at Celtic anyway, and rightly so.
Win this, where to want your statue.
Mate, if he manages to win the league this year, I mean, it is an outrageous thing that he's done by firstly coming in, going away, coming back in. And then if he gets Celtic over the line, as you rightly say, honestly, he'll be one of the best Celtic managers in history. I genuinely think that. And then you've got Derek McInnis, who, as you say, I think it is divine timing. He's worked his way through. He said when he joined Hearts, he just felt as if it was a club that he felt right with. I'm a massive advocate of him. I had been before the previous two managers that I think he'd be a great fit for Hearts. And he'll be sitting there knowing that if he manages to pull this off, he will be talking the same sentence as Sir Alex Ferguson. Which
man to do it.
Is, I mean, that's forever. And these Hearts players, they have the chance of being etched in history forever. Rangers and Celtic, as bad as that is, are accustomed to winning things. That's their job. They're massive, massive clubs. The carrot for Hearts, just in general, for Derek and for the players, I think is just an outrageous thing that they're doing. They're literally chasing and going to etch themselves in history if they manage to pull this off. But three different managers with three different reasons why they want to win this. And again, it just adds to the fact that it's just unbelievable.
Last question, Ryan. Who deserves it the most?
Mate, the order, that's a crazy thing. I would love to see, obviously I'm biased, I would love to see Derek win it because I think he deserves it. He's been round about the block. He's Scottish. I mean, to go and win it with Hearts, I think is unbelievable. But I would love to see, just taking my Hearts hat off and just being an actual football fan, you would love the fairy tale of Martin O'Neill to win it. 73-year-old, mate. That is an outrageous 73-year-old man to come in and do what he's done. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And then if you look at Danny Rowell as well, probably wasn't Rangers' first choice. There was all the sort of, is he the right man? This is a ridiculous appointment. And he's came in and he's proved everything wrong so far. So then you can see why you would want him to win it as well. So there's just so many different stories entangled in this full championship run-in. But obviously, I'm going to go for Derek McInnis. I think it would just be an amazing, amazing thing if Hearts can go on and win the title.
Right, big man. No doubt we'll get you on next week. Keep the horse tranquilizers close.
No problem at all.
See you, Ryan. Thanks,
See you later on, mate. Take it easy.
Bye.
We've got plenty of comments coming in, guys, in response to your recorded interview there, Keith. I'll run through a few of them if that's okay. Paul McGregor says, got to praise McInnes for what he's done. He's made Hearts hard to beat. I think the loss of Shankland and Devlin has made it difficult, but they are a credit. McInnes says we miss key players more than the Old Firm. Once Shanks and Cam are fit again, we'll start motoring. Davy Hooks.
I think there's a bit of news on that.
Okay, right, we'll come back to that in a sec. Oh, sorry, okay. On you go.
Well, I think Hearts fans will be very keen to learn. In fact, everybody will.
the scheduling now in terms of a recovery process and a return to action, I think Cammy Devlin could be back for the game against Aberdeen, which is before the end of this month.
That'd be huge.
And Shanklin still maybe a couple of weeks after that, sometime in March. But it's getting closer, and they've gone a long period of time without these two key guys. And as much as I think Mark Leonard's been a terrific signing by Hearts, I think they'll be really looking forward to getting Cammy Devlin back involved in that midfield as well at the first sort of thing. And so they've got 4 home games, 4 league games, and 3 of them at home. I think it's Falkirk, Aberdeen, Kilmarnock away, and is it Dundee United? But these are huge games, and if Cammy Devlin gets back for the second one of that, then that's the first big step forward in terms of selection issues for Derek McInnis.
They've got Hearts at home. Hearts at home. They've got Falkirk at home, Aberdeen at home, Kelly away, Dundee at home, Levy away, Motherwell at home.
Sorry.
Aye. So
yeah, but it's three out the next 4 at home, and I think, you know, if you're looking realistically, can Hearts do this? Well, that's the challenge now. These this block, I think some of the best managers have done it like this. You put it into little blocks, and I know that it's tempting to say that the block is all the way to the split, but I think Hearts can actually just put this into a block of 4 now and think 3 home games, take maximum points, see what you can get on the road at Kilmarnock. Hearts will be in a really strong position if they can take 9 or 10, maybe even more from that little block, and I think it would really set them up strongly.
Just to finish in the comments, Davey Hoop says potentially league will be won by the manager that makes the least starting lineup mistakes. Tam says Motherwell would need to beat Rangers, Hearts, and Celtic in the split to be in with a chance. And just off the back of that, we talked about it last night, Keith, and I agree with you. I don't think that's that far fetched, to be honest.
No, I can see Motherwell just going about their business. Well, all the pressure is going to be on Hearts, Rangers, and Celtic for obvious reasons. I would not rule out. I'm ruling nothing out this season, but on the basis of what we've seen from Motherwell, I certainly wouldn't be astonished if they won all the 5 games after the split.
Yeah,
and just as I said last night, who knows where that leaves them?
Aye, absolutely. And just finally, I've been called out a couple of times in the comments. Curry Muncher for saying that Chermiti's not got it. He wants me to explain the reasoning. Scott, you might want to come in this, but look, without being too harsh, just using my eyes, to be honest. You know, he's not been. I mean, he's 29 games he's played this season. He's got 7 goals.
Channeling his inner Michael Stewart.
Look, he's only 21. Can he get better? Of course he can. But all I said was that at the minute, I don't think he's good enough to be leading the line for Rangers. If they had a cup final tomorrow, I'd take Dessers ahead of him in a heartbeat.
If you think I'm going to come in and defend you, Daniel, you've got another thing coming on. Meaty's been a great signing.
Worth every penny, Scott.
Worth every penny.
See, just on the managers, listening to Jacko and Ryan there, I mean, in terms of the achievement for these 3 managers, I find it surprising that we're almost even having a kind of debate as to what would be the biggest achievement. I mean, look, I get the fact that Martin O'Neill at 73, coming in at Celtic twice, especially after the Wilfred Nancy debacle, if he goes on to win the league with Celtic, it would be incredible for him. Be brilliant, great story. Danny Rowe, similar, young coach coming in, as Ryan said, no Rangers first choice initially. Again, came into a bad situation after Russell Martin. I think he's done remarkably well to get them into this position, challenging again, because I had certainly written Rangers off at that stage. So it would be a great achievement for him if he wins the league. But let's not kid ourselves. I mean, if Hearts win this league, irrespective of the problems that Rangers and Celtic have had this season, the achievement for Derek McInnis, when you think of what he went into at Hearts in terms of where they finished previously before he came in, and the budgets he's having to work with, the players he's having to work with, and Ryan mentioned obviously first time since Sir Alex it would be to go and win a title. That achievement for Hearts and Derek McInnis would totally eclipse Danny Rowe or Martin O'Neill's achievement. Am I wrong?
No,
I completely agree with you.